Hey there, I'm Helen King, a brand new singer-songwriter playing the London indie rock music scene. Listen to my personal story on Networking Magazine podcast. From being a music lover from a young age to releasing my own debut album, Look Back No More, out now. 10 tracks of anthemic, melodic, emotive indie rock. You can get a behind-the-scenes glimpse of how it felt to launch my debut album at the iconic London venue, The Water Rats, on the 11th of February 2025. Look Back No More by Helen King's out now on all major streaming platforms.
Welcome to this episode of Jibber Jabber, the vocal part of the Networking Magazine, with me, your host, Sanj Segal. It's called the Dream Team Podcast, where boundaries between human connection and artificial intelligence blur. In today's episode, we venture into shadowy territory, where friendships simmer, AI judges, and destinies are rewritten. This is more than a story. It's an invitation to question what's real, what's programmed, and what happens when the two collide. Jenilyn, I'm going to pronounce that correctly, Jenilyn, who plays Madison, Chelsea LeSage, who plays Jerica, and Sonny Marwah, who wrote the actual play, join me today. They are the producers. They're all three of them make up Golden X Productions, hence the name, the Dream Team. I like that. I made that up myself. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you so much.
Hi.
Dream Team.
You're welcome. Great to see you all. Dream Team, go.
What an amazing intro. My gosh.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was incredible.
It's
like you know what you're doing.
Wow, we're like floored.
I just did that on the spur of the moment. I'm showing off. Okay, well, look, each of you have an incredibly long bio. It's so big that I actually told Sonny, because he was the first on today, that I could just do a podcast based on all three of your bios. It's that long. Well, let's start with, really, you could. Well, look, Training Set is a sharp, funny relationship drama. It's set in our world now, where AI judges and meddles, two women, a high-octane divorce lawyer, and an art world disruptor have spent a decade circling each other in a charged friendship. Enter a Gen Z man creating a potential love triangle while also bearing an AI prophecy. Will it ignite their connection or reduce their friendship to ash? The situation then forces revelation and reckoning. Who are you when you're not alone? And can you be that with anyone you love? Well, that's the basis of the show, and I hope I got that right. Chelsea, if I may start with you.
You may.
As I said, your bio is incredible. Thank you. Okay, so you play Jerica. You're the co-founder of both Golden Grand Piano Productions and CL Squared Productions, and most recently seen in Training Set at Theatre Row and in Women Who Cut at the AMT Theatre, for which you won the Best Actor by the Circle Theatre Festival. Is that right? Did I get that all right?
Yes. Very exciting.
There's a time delay. Okay, so Chelsea, let's start with you. You played so many iconic roles on stage, from Beatrice in Much to Do About Nothing to Lady Macbeth. Do you have a favourite character you've embodied, and why?
Well, I've always called Lady Macbeth. I've played her 9 times professionally on stage and screen. So it's like I have her. She's always with me. And I like as I've gotten to play her so many times, I feel her become a part of me, and I can understand and justify where she's coming from, to a certain extent. I do not condone murder, but so she is always like, she's my fail safe. If ever acting doesn't work out, I can play her for the rest of my life. Yes.
Right. Okay. And what about winning Best Actor at the Circle Theatre Festival for Women Who Cut? That must have been an amazing experience. You won something. Tell us about that experience. What happened?
Yeah, it was so cool. There was this beautiful award ceremony. The Circle Theatre Festival, it was in its inaugural year, and the AMT Theater is like this great off-Broadway playhouse. And it was really fun. My character, she wants to really she wants to put women on a pedestal and help them control the world. And so it's a feminist satire. And so she's like, I want to give
Right.
women power, so I'm going to throw a sex party. And
Right.
things
Like you
really,
do. Yeah.
yes, like you do, and things really go awry from there.
Jenilyn, you're an actress, a singer, a producer, a writer, director, an intimacy coordinator, and content creator based in New York City. I couldn't make that up. You've got such a. Tell me about you. You wear so many hats, right? All of those hats. Which role do you find the most challenging, and why?
Out of the ones that you listed, I realize
Well,
that I
there's more.
just love
There's
to
more. Let
sort of
me get a pen and
gather
paper.
knowledge. No, as I was going to say, I guess I didn't put it on there, but I'm a spirit therapist too. That's probably the
What?
most challenging one. I have a really profound interest in the human story and what makes people break and what makes them heal and
Right.
what each individual story that a person carries is. And I think that's why I became a writer, and that's why I became an actor, and that's why I got into directing, because I'm like, what a story. I want to help tell this.
Yeah.
And so it's I think my greatest challenge is that I'm I don't want to say perfectionist so much, but I'm sort of obsessed with excellence to the best of my ability. And
Right.
so if I'm trying to tell a story or help tell a story, I want to do it the absolute best within the spirit of it.
Right.
I really want to tell it as best I can, or help it as best I can.
Sure.
So I think my biggest challenge is the challenge I put on myself to
Right.
just try and do a beautiful job with the telling of the story.
I hear that a lot, that perfectionism plays a part in this. Everyone I talk to who's in your industry says the same thing. I'm a perfectionist. How did you guys, let me put this to Sonny. Sonny, tell us, Sonny Marwah, how did you meet? How did the dream team form? You don't tell me you were all in a coffee shop and you just had a glance. Come on.
Well, a little bit like that. Well, Chelsea and I have known each other for a while, and she's always helped me with giving reactions to my stories, my dialogue
Right.
mainly, and
Because you're the writer, right? You wrote
yeah.
this. Yeah, you wrote the play.
And I'd love to hear, what does it actually sound like? Does it sound everyday language? And
Yeah.
I'm a short story writer, but they've always had lots of dialogue. And so when I got to writing this play, it has three central characters. So when I was talking to Chelsea, she says, I know the perfect third person who can help us just
Wow.
react to.
Yeah.
And that's how I met Jenny, and we had this just magical dinner at this place in Hell's Kitchen,
Wow.
and we read a couple of scenes. I was so nervous coming into it,
Yeah.
and they brought these two characters to life. And not to speak for them, but I think they felt the connection with the characters that
Right.
I fed off of.
Right.
And I was literally leaving that evening, the next day, to go to Maine for a month. So we just had to stay in touch through Zoom,
Nice.
but we
Yeah.
committed to ourselves that we wanted to do this.
Well, it's the first time I've ever had three producers on the show, so I'm not worthy. So,
Yes, you are.
okay. Well, look, let me. Oh, thank you. Okay, so Sonny, you wrote this, and I had a little opportunity to talk to you before the show started. It was all about how you came up with the script or with the text. So let's start with that, because I suppose everything starts with the text. So how did you come across this? You went to bed, you got up, and you said, "Oh my God, I've got an idea." Or, I mean, how did it come to fruition?
Well, I've always been writing about relationships, and I had a friend who said that they'd had a conversation with AI in the middle of the night because they wanted to talk and didn't want to wake any one of their friends up.
Right.
And I was very curious about that. This was maybe a couple of years ago,
Right.
and when it was still all new, and I was just fascinated. And I said, "Well, what was the reaction?" And they described it, and it just, it got all these ideas about
Wow.
uh, what it means. And
Sure.
mainly, I was interested in her reaction to it.
Yeah.
I didn't really care that much about the AI per se.
Yeah.
And I said, what if my story had more of these AI mirrors that allowed people to continuously look at themselves while
Sure.
they're navigating life? And what would that feel like? And so that's
Right.
where this came
Right.
from.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Chelsea, we'll cut back to you. Are you there?
Yes, I am here, present.
I can hear you breathing. Okay, right. Let's go back. Let's go back to you. I know there's a small time delay with where you are. Let's ask you a question about the inspiration for this play. You are a producer, but you're very hands-on. You wanted to be part of it. You sent me in a small clip, which I watched, loved it. Very loud characters, very in-your-face characters. I think Jenilyn and you had great synergy. I could sense on set. It was quite natural. Are you friends in real life? Are you or was it just professional?
Yes. We've known each other. We met on a set in 2024, and she
Right.
was my intimacy coordinator in a lesbian alien movie. And she was
Right.
taping
Like you do.
fake
Mhm.
money. Yes, she was taping fake money to my body, to my naked body. So
Right.
we were
Right.
very
Okay.
close from day one. And we've always kind of had like a
Right.
magic friendship. Like, I'm just like, you were supposed to be in my
Great.
life type of person. So it was great to do
Yeah.
this opposite her. I thought it would be the perfect dynamic.
Yeah, it works really well. Okay, let me ask Jenilyn a question. I'm going to and fro. What's the biggest challenge in balancing humor and drama? Because I watched you on screen and you can activate that switch quite well. But has there been a challenging moment where you've had to use that switch between the two?
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
She's an emerging talent in the modelling world who makes no secret of also balancing her time with music and digital media, working with iconic brands such as Yves Saint Laurent, Revolution Makeup and Shane, to name a few. Maria Valentina shares her professional and personal journey with us. Maria's magazine editorial is available on our website in glossy print and in a Catwalk Diaries digital magazine. Visit networkingmagazine.co.uk or check out our bio for details.
The difference between stage acting and screen acting?
Yeah.
That's such a great question.
Thank you.
I'm predominantly work in film. Yeah, thank you for that question. I'm so happy that you asked it because this was a huge challenge for me. When I was in school, going to school for music and for theater, I almost got kicked out of the program and I had to come up on jury. It was so dramatic. And they said, "Well, you're not projecting on stage enough, and your voice teacher found out that you were in a rock band on the weekend, so they were going to kick me out of school."
Oh, no.
And I said, "But listen, I'm not going to school for musical theater on stage. I'm going to school for acting and for
Right.
music. So I want
Right.
to do film and I want to be more like a folk rock singer." So
Yeah.
they said, "Oh, okay. That's fine then."
Right.
So then they said, "Actually, you'd be great on film." So I have traditionally had trouble with projecting because I really want to be careful never to feel fake or seem fake. I don't want to get on stage and be like, "What do you mean?
Yeah.
Why are you
Yeah.
talking to me like that?"
Yeah.
So it's an awesome challenge to project loudly and not feel like the character's going over the top or being fake in any way.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay.
But yeah, it's quite different.
Yeah. Sonny, with this play, I mean, what do you hope viewers will feel after watching the film?
Well, I definitely want people to feel a relief and a release, but also a little bit of a manic energy that comes from, oh my God,
Right. Yeah.
what was that? I'm it's making me think something. It's making me want to talk to someone about it, right?
Sure.
So I want both of those.
Okay, and what kind of coverage have you had? I mean, all three of you've got this fused together. You've made this production. Tell me about, is it doing the circuit at the moment? I'm obviously in London, so I don't know what's going on over there. But are you currently doing the circuit? Is it coming to an end, and you're working on another project together? And where is the play at the moment?
So it was an industry showcase. So it was
Okay.
designed to be to essentially have the industry see it, as opposed to a lot of consumer marketing. And we were
Okay.
working with a very good PR agency, the person who's done all the top theater things in New
Sure.
York. And I think, like just for me, seeing the energy and the electricity after the shows, and we've got some reaction shots from
Right.
some of the people. I feel
Right.
like it really hit, right? Like it
Yeah.
was, there was no meh response. Either some people said, this is really not quite for me,
Sure.
but anyone who liked it so much. And so we're now.
Do you envisage it doing a tour? Are we going to be able to see it here in London or not? Not
Yeah,
as yet,
that's the
no plans.
intention. Yeah, we're going to
Right.
take it around. We're going to get a longer run in New York, but we want to also do the tour. I'll let Chelsea and
Yeah, I'd love
Jenny
to
talk
know.
about that.
Okay, maybe
Yeah.
Chelsea, you can come in here. Well,
Yeah,
what's going to happen?
we're going to bring it everywhere. I think the training set has legs to go for miles and miles around the globe. And there's so
Right.
many ways in which we can really like let these characters shine because they're so relatable. I mean, like, yes, as Sunny said, we're going to bring it to a longer run in New York, but before that, we're
Right.
hoping to shoot the feature film of it. Like,
Wow.
and then bring it to the West Coast, bring it to the West End, wherever we can. We would love to bring it because
Right.
audiences have loved it, and I think it's so relevant to the times.
Right. How does it work over there with plays? Maybe I can put this to Jenilyn. If I'm pronouncing that right. I'm very conscious. I've written your name down about 10 times.
Jenilyn.
I know.
Yeah, like 2 words, Jenny.
I know. Yeah.
You can call me Jenny if that helps.
Chelsea said I can't. Chelsea said I can't. So.
I said, yeah, you can. That's at her discretion.
No, I'm okay with it.
Well, if it's easier.
Well, let me put this question.
I wrote it in phonetic here so you can see.
I've got it right here now. So let's go with a question for you about the actual script itself. Could there be a part 2 to this? Do you think that it could have some longevity? Will there be? I asked this question because I'm a very big fan of the theatre, musicals, plays, and it seems to me that a lot of people are making sequels or spin-offs. Could this be a spin-off? Could it go that way?
That's a great question. I think that the meat of it is truly a story about relationships, about trauma, about the terror of being your true self and allowing yourself to be seen. It's terrifying. I remember there was a meme that I saw once that I loved so much. It said, dating, subjecting yourself to the mortifying ordeal of being known. And so you have to, right? You just have to, you have to allow yourself to be known in order to be in a relationship with someone, or it will never work out. There will always be problems. So fundamentally, it is a story about that, and that is ageless, that is timeless, that is just so real and true. In terms of training set directly, not only do I think it could go on from here for sure. The bones are fantastic that Sonny has developed. Yeah. But it could be a musical. It could be, and something that we've talked about is it could be a full streaming series, an entire show.
I see it as a series.
About
I see it.
relationships.
As that, actually. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
when I
for
when I saw
sure,
the
for
when I
sure. And
saw the
these great
clip,
characters.
really good characters, strong story, and I thought this would make a good series. So, but yeah.
Yay, love that.
So tell me about how fundraising goes. I mean, are you guys looking for fundraising? Are you looking, what kind? How do you raise money for such a thing?
Well, I think that that's something that we're all figuring out now. Like
Right.
the always looking for investors, wanting to partner with,
Right.
producers who know what they're like are hands-on in the business. So yeah, it's
Right.
just making sure that we have that little seed money to really get us going, and then I
Right.
think that it can just fly.
Right. Wonderful.
It's
Wonderful.
hard. It's
It is
hard.
hard.
We won't lie. This is
Yeah.
this is a grueling process.
Yeah.
But if anyone reaches out to you, we have this beautiful pitch packet that can come their way.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, you
It's
heard
such
it
a
here.
great base.
Sorry,
the
I
story
lost you
of it
there.
and the sort of package of the
No, there's a
story
time delay.
itself
Don't worry.
and the
You
sort of
carry on.
package. Oh, the story and the sort of package of the whole thing are so beautiful. Like we said, it can go back up on stage anywhere. It can become a musical. It can become a TV show. It can become, we're going to be doing this feature film. There is merchandise. There is books. There is, we've been
Wow.
encouraging Sonny to write the novel version of this. So there is so much opportunity here for this beautiful world to be packaged in so many different ways. And so, yeah, we put together a gorgeous little electronic press kit that we are happy to share with whoever might be interested.
Great. Well, I'll do my best. Sonny, a book. Could it be a book? Are they badgering you to write?
This is interesting. So I have just finished the first draft of a screenplay,
Right.
and
Yay! Yeah.
so which is very different from the play version, because you can take out so many of the words and have
Sure.
more close-in shots and take people and show people what otherwise you can you're just talking about.
Sure.
And I, actually my comfort zone is actually more a novelistic approach anyway.
Right.
And so I feel like it feels like I would be able to ease into that.
Yeah.
And we did actually publish. There's this publisher, West Side Press,
Right.
that has a sister publishing, which is a romantasy thing, but this is
Right.
a more literary version of it. And we did do a run of about 60 copies of the script,
Wow.
which
Yeah.
sold out completely. And I put it down at a very low price, and Chelsea said, no, mark it
Yeah, I
up
was like,
at
what are you
25.
doing? You're like,
And it was all
you're
gone.
selling
Yeah.
yourself short. No,
Yeah,
I think
I
we can
believe
sell them
that.
for like $60.
I
Yeah.
do believe that.
So-
with Chelsea.
Yeah. And so I think it's going to happen. I think it all, it's really a world of Jerica and Madison. It's and Chelsea and Jenny have sort of really, in my mind, created so much more. There's 3 dimensions to this
Mhm.
that I just feel, it that world is something we all want to live in.
Well, that's an interesting fact because, on the one hand, because AI is taking over everything. And I know that in the movie industry in the States, they were kind of against AI being involved in productions and that sort of thing. And it's irony that you kind of tackled it, turned it on its head and produced this. It's amazing. Do you think, what are your thoughts about AI as a whole outside of the play? I mean, is it a tool? Is it an enemy? Is it something to embrace? Is it the future?
Yeah, I see it as it's the first tool of the mind, right? All
Right.
other technologies have been automating some labor thing, right? So this
Right.
is truly getting into that. And so I see that as a tool. I'm
Right.
actually not as fearful of it becoming one of these Skynet Terminator type things going to wipe us out. I just
Yeah.
don't think it has that motivation. It's really about us, and it actually shows our ingenuity in how we're going to work
Sure.
around it. So
Yeah.
the thing that I am fearful about is the people behind AI and whether that scourge of capitalism will get accelerated as a result
Right.
of this. So that fear is in my mind, but not of the AI itself.
Right.
It's showing us our humanity in much greater relief.
And Jenny, if I may ask you this question about the particular moment or scene, because I saw a clip, I watched you on stage, I was watching the play, and I thought to myself, was it fun? You were having so much fun with it. Was it difficult as a concept to bring to life for you? Did you initially, when you read it and you thought, you know what, how am I going to tackle this? Humor, which you did, or serious? It's quite a difficult thing to cross that. So was there something that was especially fun for you during the play?
Yes, oh, for sure. It was such a delicious journey that Madison gets to go on. Because you see that she's funny and you see that she's fun. She's this
Right.
lighthearted, storytelling wispy thing, and then you find that there's layers to it where she's been severely traumatized, and like everyone has, and then this
Right.
is her particular way of dealing with it is in deflection. So she just says no, everything's okay, everything's fine, let's do this, let's think about this instead. And so there was that challenge of having the truth sit in her body,
Sure.
where yes, she comes from trauma, but no, she cannot be dealing with that right now. The
Sure.
biggest challenge I think that I dealt with was that I am a lot like her in that I'm extremely artistic and
Yeah.
flowy, and I do like good vibes and for things to be
Yeah.
great. And my biggest challenge was really differentiating between Jenilyn and Madison, and I really didn't want anybody who knew me to come to the show and say, "Oh, that was just so you were just yourself up there." I was gonna be like,
Yeah.
"Damn it,
Yeah.
no, I was Madison." So to
Yeah.
find the differentials between what makes her truly a different embodied soul than me was the challenge, and it was an awesome challenge.
Amazing. Chelsea, what about you? If I can put that question to you. I mean, you're a big character in real life. I've met you. How did you differentiate between not being recognized as Chelsea? Because you've got a big personality, and you yourself, just like Jenny, you obviously didn't want people to come and see the play and say, "Oh, well, that's just Chelsea." What did you do to prepare for this?
Well, I think that, what did I do to prepare for this? The people did after the show be like, "Oh, it was so you," and I took that personally and as an offense because in the first half of the show, Jerica's kind of a bitch.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Look, you said it. I didn't. You said it.
And so, and it's like, I am not, but I have resting bitch face, so I
Right,
can
yes.
understand. It's kind of like Jerica in the first half for me is drawing on things that sometimes I wish I could say to people that I don't.
Right. Yeah.
But then you find out that she's just wildly insecure. So
Right.
as a human being have been insecure in my life. So it's kind of like drawing out those facets from deep
Sure.
within yourself. Sure. And I think the hardest part for me was just playing a character where in the first half specifically you could tell that the audience didn't like me.
Right. Yeah.
That's such and I'm just like, "No, you don't understand me."
Yeah. Well,
But
it was
they
very
get
strong.
to.
It was very strong at the beginning. Yeah, I could see that.
Yes.
Yeah, it was very strong.
But then
No
they get
spoilers.
to. And I was talking to my mother and she was like, "No, I just felt so bad for Jerica." I'm like, "Thank you. Thank
So-
you."
So, Sonny, if I can put this to you, what would you say are the hidden details that you want to particularly convey? Something hidden within a message, if you like, a Sonny message to the public. Is there something there, a hidden message that's, watch out for AI, or relationships can be built? Is there something particular that you want to put, is there a hidden message?
Well, I would say that I'm fascinated by the process by which people can dig a little bit deeper into who they are, their true selves. And we use all these different techniques, whether it's psychoanalysis, trying to let the id come out
Mhm.
some, or, going to confessional and talking about your darkest secrets. Um, and we try and hide that,
Yeah.
and is there a way that you can allow yourself to be more vulnerable in
Yeah.
the process
Mhm.
and not have that become an unhappy ending for you? Part, I mean, at least in my mind, this is a very loose retelling of Tess of the D'Urbervilles, but with a more inspirational
Right.
um,
Right.
uh, ending. And also, I've always enjoyed a little bit, the Greek gods and how they're always meddling. They always know so much and they're
Yeah.
meddling. And I wanted to see, well, is there a way for AI to play a little bit of that in a modern day world and see what these poor humans do as a
Right.
result of that?
Right. Jenny, you have been
Mm.
you're a host. Actually, you're a host of a podcast, right? Tell me about that.
Yes.
What is the podcast? How can people listen to it? And how did it get started?
I am a spirit therapist. I like to say spirit therapist. To be fair, I'm not a therapist. I'm not
Right.
supposed to say that, but I don't
Right.
ever know what to call it. I do energy healing,
Right.
hypnotherapy, all kinds of stuff that I've been doing that since 2011. And
Right.
I love doing healing work, and I love being in the entertainment industry. And sometimes they seem so disparate to me, like they don't make sense for me to do both of those things, but I found a way to blend them together, and this was the
Right.
perfect outlet for me, because I said, well, if I'm going to do something in entertainment and so like host a show, for example, an interview show, what would it be about? And it would be about the supernatural things that happen to ordinary everyday people
Right.
in their
Right.
lives. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't just bring on my strange spiritually friends,
Right.
who I know are into energies and things like that. I interviewed my own parents and people that I could think of that were just sort of more normal, but
Right.
who have had interesting supernatural experiences. Things like
Right.
the wheel of the car jerking to the side when someone almost hit them. It's like, was that
Right.
angelic
Right.
intervention? What was
Yeah.
that? Something, ghost sightings, all kinds of fun stuff. So it's really fun to host the ordinary
What's
supernatural.
The Ordinary Supernatural is the name of the podcast, and it's everywhere. It's out there, right?
Yes, it's everywhere.
Good.
Everywhere
Okay.
podcasts stream.
Okay. You also, if I can just ask you one more question here about Amazon Prime and Apple TV. What's it like to see yourself on TV? I mean, are you overly critical when you see, or you just take it on the net? It's no big deal.
That's an awesome question for for an actor. Anytime it's like, oh, that's me. Yeah, I did that. It always puts you, I think, that's a good question for Chelsea too, probably. It could put you in a headspace where you're like, I remember being on set that day, or I remember something funny about that, whatever. I remember when I was really, really young and just trying to break through into the entertainment, film industry, I did some featured extra work, and I always got really lucky, and it was so awesome, and such a blessing, that I would always be sort of pulled to the front.
Yeah.
And I've gotten, tape on the floor and little one-lines and things like that. So I always got bumped up. I said, oh, that's how I know that I'm where I'm meant to be. And then I would forget about it because it was little, but it was awesome. And then I would have people, it was more when people contacted me and they were like sending me screenshots, and they're like, I know that girl. Look at you right in the front of this TV show, and da-da-da. And I'm just like, cool.
Are you allowed to say why you were on Amazon Prime and Apple TV? Was there a particular show that you were involved with?
Oh, You know what's funny is that when we were writing our bios for training set, Chelsea sent me hers because I said, I need to narrow mine down. It's too long. She said, well, here's mine. And I said, oh, okay, I like your format. So I just sort of
Hers is
copied
even
it.
longer.
So
Chelsea's
there are
is even longer.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I just started looking it up and I said, you know what? With all these streaming platforms and everything that we have now, I'm sure that some shows that I've been in or movies are
Right.
streaming somewhere. So I just started looking them up and I was like, hey,
You're everywhere.
look at that. We're,
She is everywhere.
I'm on Prime. I'm on Apple TV. That's
Oh
fun.
my God. Okay, let's put that same question to Chelsea. What's it like? You're quite a humble person. I mean, when we met up in Covent Garden, I think we were walking around, you were like, oh my God, that's me. There are posters there and all sorts of things. You're a model, but you're also an actress and you're always front facing. What's it like to see yourself? I mean, I saw the reaction when you saw yourself on a poster, but what's it truly like?
Well, I mean, like, I have this slew of movies that are coming out now, and there's like private screenings or everything's doing the festival circuit. And Jenny's been with me for most of them. And I mean, like, it's tough. Like, seeing yourself on the big screen sometimes where you're like, why did they use this take? Why do I look like that? Why did I'm like very overly critical.
Right.
Or remember being like, I don't drink anymore, but being like, I was hungover or like just very, very judgmental.
Sure.
Very judgmental of myself. But I mean, like, there's the thrill of it. My favorite thing to see is when like I'm playing a character that looks nothing like myself. Like in Bishop's Cove, I'm literally a demon. And it's just like, I'm like, oh, fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. Then I can get past it.
Yeah. Sonny, did you actually watch Bishop's Cove? My God, I couldn't sleep for a week.
Almost everything that I see with Chelsea,
My God.
gives me nightmares.
My
in a
God.
good way.
Oh, God.
I don't know if you've seen women who cut,
Yeah.
how
Oh my
they
God.
physically.
Oh my God. So what about you? I mean, Sonny, have you been on the red carpet? Have you had that kind of attention? Is it different for the writer? Are you the unsung hero? How does it work with the writer?
I've been riding along with Chelsea and Jenny, and
You did on Meliora red carpet.
and
yes.
Meliora. I
Right.
was with them, and it was such an out of body experience.
Wow. So did you have to sign any autographs? And by the way, I want an
You did
autograph.
amazing.
Yes. What's it like to be on the red carpet? I've seen Chelsea, a couple of clips of Chelsea on the red carpet. Do you have to practice for those moments, or you just want it to be natural, or how does it work when you're on the festivals and you're doing the red carpet events? Is it difficult to do those kind of things? Do you kind of like have butterflies in your stomach before you go on, and how do you keep yourself grounded?
For me, it's terrifying.
Okay, well, I can ask that. Yeah, let's ask that. Let's ask Sonny that question.
No, I'll move on. That's my one word. Terrifying.
You did amazing.
He did amazing. He always
Really?
does amazing.
Wow. And Chelsea, what's it? Let's go to Jenny.
We had him taking pictures and getting interviewed.
Wow. Okay. And what about autographs? Do you sign autographs?
Great.
Jenny,
He will for the rest of his life.
Right. And Jenny, do you actually sign autographs on those red carpet events? Do you have those opportunities? Is it just photographic moments, or do you actually get involved?
I have my own film festival, Meliora International Film Festival, is in New York in November every year. It's super exciting. So I have I want to say my own red carpet. It's actually Chelsea's red carpet.
Oh my
She
God.
lends it to us. We roll it out. But it's I
can just imagine her holding. I can imagine her hoovering it, vacuum cleaning it before.
I do.
Just roll it out.
Yeah.
I think it's been the red carpet for like 13 or 15 different film premieres, and I've never vacuumed it. I'm really
Oh my
bad
God!
at
It must
that.
be.
Anyway.
It must be threaded.
No, it's a good shape.
Oh my God.
I haven't signed. I don't think. I think Chelsea has signed a lot more autographs than me. It's like a certain. I think you have to be in a particular project that has a certain kind of fandom, or you have to be.
Sure.
But I have, in my lifetime, I've signed a handful of them. After
Right.
a few plays, after I did a staged reading of The Godfather with this big crew of really well-known stand-up
Oh my God.
comedians,
Right.
and I was just like this actress that was thrown in to be one of the female roles, one of the lead female roles, and I was just like, I'm sorry,
Oh my God.
you want me to
Yeah.
sign that? Oh,
God.
look! I said, could
Oh
someone
my
take a
God.
picture, please? I'm signing an autograph.
Listen, all three of you better not forget me. I want an autograph from all three
Oh,
of you.
no way.
We love you.
Thank you.
No way.
Okay.
You have to come back out when we go back up on stage. Or on
Definitely. I'd love to.
Or we'll just bring you to the West End.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Yeah.
Bring it to the West End. It's easier.
Yeah.
To bring it to the West End. Okay, so let's talk about a slightly different project for a minute, just for a minute. Chelsea, you're involved with something else. You sent me a press pack for it. So now's your plug. What is it? And go on, you can plug it.
Yeah, there's a couple things coming out right now. The Coup Hatch, which I just dragged Jenny to the premiere of. I'm like, she doesn't like horror.
Oh, I don't
She
watch
doesn't-
horror.
She doesn't watch horror, and I'm like, come to my horror movie. Come to
my
my horror
God.
movie. So the Coup Hatch is about to make the festival circuit,
Right.
and that was all family. It was like my cousin wrote it, my cousin directed it, my
Oh my
other cousin
God.
played my brother. My brother was in it. Like,
Right.
it was, so that was really,
Your
really
brother
great.
played your
And
cousin.
then my brother played my cousin. Yeah, no, it was like, I think there were like 14 cousins in this one
Oh
movie.
my God.
So that was really, really fun. And then Devour is getting its release date and all of that this
Yeah.
week in
Oh my
Berlin. So
God.
stay tuned for that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because Devour is literally devouring the festival circuit.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. Okay.
Yay.
Keep us in touch with
thanks.
that, with what's going
Of
on.
course.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, I could talk to all three of you all day. So I might have to bring you back on the show.
Great.
We'd love to.
Yeah.
We'd love to. We love talking to you.
Anytime. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope we covered all the questions, or maybe we've left a few out. But I'm going to do a small editorial on the show and publish it. So
Thank you.
Yeah. So maybe Sonny, you can help me with that because you're the writer. So that you can help me with that. We'll do a small editorial on you and get some photos up and stuff. So brilliant. Thank you for joining me, all three of you, and loved having you in the show. And thank you to the listeners. Make sure you like, comment and share. Till next time, bye for now. Cypher Issue 2 is out now. In this edition, we feature singer-songwriter Kelsey Watts, who performed on The Voice. She's just released her new single, Fit In. We also interview Helen King, a talented indie singer-songwriter who's gaining international attention. Actor and producer Jonathan Stoddard shares his personal and professional journey with us, and we also talk to martial artist James Sang Lee, who's worked as an actor, stuntman and fight choreographer in movies like Lethal Weapon 4 and Plane, starring Gerard Butler. You can buy Cypher in print or read it online at our website, networkingmagazine.co.uk. Check the bio for details.